Good evening. Can you guys hear me? Or are we alive? Okay, so I'm just going to get this link to invite as many as I can. We are live. Alright, so if you are connected to this section, we are live. Tell us the exam you're preparing for. Are you Jambites? Are you nursing students? Are you a WIC student? We are live, guys. Alright, so spread the link. Spread the link. Share this link to your friends. Let them know that we are live. You are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome. Let's know how many have connected to this live. 4. Okay, we are still waiting for them. Alright, Gospel says I'm a jambite. So if you are new to this channel, just like you can see displaying on the screen, if you've not subscribed, the first thing you do to be um, a member of this academy is to subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. So tonight our mission is to cover up the last class we did not finish. Alright, we're still waiting for them while we are sending delegates to go tap and knock on their doors to tell them to wake up because we are live. Where are they? Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright. How you guys doing? I believe you can hear me. So as usual, before we start, if you can hear me, comment I can hear you. Let's start the class. Uh, Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. I'm super glad. Now, I'm going to display a few questions for you guys while we are waiting for others to come. So just watch your screen. You see the question. You see the question and comment your answer on the comment section. Now, this is the first question. So please type. This is the first question. Look at your screen. Watch your screen. First question. Please type. This is the first question. Look at your screen. Watch your screen. Remember, this was the last thing we talked about in our last class. Yeah, good evening, Precious. I see you. I see you. Now, there's a question on our screen. It says, what is evaporation? I'm waiting for your answers. What is evaporation? That was one of the things with separation techniques we talked about. And okay, watch your screen. It's under. It's under. Okay. Can't you see it's displaying on your screen? All right. The process of changing of liquid to gaseous state. Okay. Okay, Joseph. What is separation technique? Now, to save our time, to save our time, let's continue with the lecture tonight. Okay, so let's go. So, what is distillation? So, what is distillation? Now, remember that this is the part two of the class that we could not finish the last time because of our mic issue. So, to start with, distillation has two types. We have the simple distillation and we have the fractional distillation. Now, don't allow the simple distillation and fractional distillation to confuse you. Now, okay, okay, so I believe you guys can still hear me. Okay, now, what is distillation in general? Now, distillation is a method of separating two or more miscible liquid. So, for example, now if I have ethanol, what is ethanol? Ethanol is simply known as alcohol, ogogoro. If I combine alcohol and water, it's going to mix very well. It's not like oil and water that are immiscible. Of course, alcohol and water are what very what miscible. How do I separate alcohol from water or water from alcohol? Simply, I boil. You understand? So I can separate these solutions, the individual constituent, by what their boiling points. All right, I will stick together. So distillation is simply separation of miscible liquids based on their boiling points. Now we now have simple distillation and we have fractional distillation. Now simple distillation are distillation that, of course, is the same principle, but what is the difference? Simple distillation can be carried out in our house, can be carried out in the laboratory, but fractional distillation can be carried out only in the industries, right? Now moving forward, I just explained that we have if we have a mixture of water and ethanol, right, we can separate it simply by using boiling points. Now, what about fractional distillation? Now, fractional distillation is the method by which we separate individual constituents based on their boiling point. Now, look at this example very well. Look at this cylinder. Now, we have a jar of oil, a bottle, or a drum of crude oil. Now, of course, we know that inside crude oil we can get methane gas, we can get methane, we can get gasoline, which is petroleum, we can get paraffin, diesel, fuel oil, lubricant oil. We know all this. Now, how do we now separate all this from the same crude oil? So we put it in a cylinder-like structure where we heat it. Now, when we heat, when the flame gets to, or the temperature gets to 25 degrees Celsius, we have a collection point for each of the temperature. Now, when it gets to 25 degrees Celsius, right, what is coming out, we know, is methane. So we have a different jar we use to collect it. Now, when we get to 25 to 60 degrees Celsius, that is above 25 degrees Celsius, what is coming out, we know, is petroleum. Now, this is a refined product, right? Now, when we get to 300, 250 to 300, we know that what's coming out is fuel oil. So please, let me know if you guys are still with me. Are you guys still with me? Let me know. Are you guys still with me? Can you guys still hear me? Let me know I'm not talking to myself. Can you guys still hear me? Are you guys still with me? I'm waiting. So if you can still hear me, if you are still with me, let me know so I can continue. I'm glad. All right. So this is a question for PTS students. Now, PTS students are nursing students. So in case you are confused, PTS student, then Jambites, as well as YX student. This is a question for you guys. Now, you guys are going to answer to be sure you understood what I just said. So the first question says, which method is used to separate ethanol from water in ethanol water mixture? I just said it. So um, number two question says, which separation technique is used to separate, is used in petroleum refining, right? So please comment your answer one and two, one and two, one and two. I'm waiting. 1 and 2. Comment your answer. Question 1, comment your answer. Question 2, comment your answer. Guys, I'm waiting. Okay, question 1, someone said it's A. Question 2 is C. How sure are you guys? How sure are you? Okay, someone said question 1 is B. Question 2 is B. Okay. Okay, Sarah said B B. Then the rest are saying A and C. How sure are you guys? This A and C, how sure are you guys? Okay, Sarah again said is B and C. Sarah, why are you changing? Are you confused? Okay. So guys, the answer is indeed one is A and number two is C, because um we explained it that simple distillation is example is ethanol, gogoro, alcohol plus water. They are very miscible. Now, fractional distillation is the one they use in refineries, right? To separate the individual constituents of petroleum products, which is crude oil, right? And that's why we give this example. So the answer is indeed one is A, simple distillation, two is fractional distillation. Now moving forward, we'll now talk about the crystallization. Now, guys, what is crystallization? Crystallization is the method that is used to separate or obtain pure solid crystals from a solution. So, for example, now, if I have a solution of water that it is mixed very well, right? And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to heat it. So, when I heat it, right, crystals will be formed. Now, these crystals that will be formed, I can filter the water out. Then what will be left on the filter paper is a crystal, or I can even unpick it out. But ideally, we can use filter paper to what get all the crystallization, all the crystals, right? So somebody is asking, yeah, small billions is asking, what is crystallization? So we said that it is a technique that is used to obtain pure solid crystals from a solution. So for example, now if I have crystals on a solution, what will I do? Just to filter it out, right? Now there are some compounds when they dissolve, they don't really form crystals immediately. So you kind of heat it, like this example here. You heat it to get the crystal, like the crystals, right? They use filter paper to separate the water from the crystal. Do you guys understood this? It looks complex, but there's nothing here. It's very easy, right? It's very easy. Are you guys still following? Now here is an example. Um, we can use this method to obtain salt from seawater. We can use this method to purify sugar from sugar cane juice, right? Especially sugar cane juice. You squeeze it out, then we heat, we get the crystals out. Um, Now also we can use this method for making alum crystals in water purification. So if you dissolve alum in water now, just try and heat it and see if it's going to form crystals, then filter out the crystals, right? So yes, yes, small billion say they do understand. Now this is a question for you guys now. So this is a question for you guys, nursing students, um, jam and why question. This is a question for you. The question says a mixture of sugar and water can be separated by dash. A mixture of sugar and water can be separated by dash. Now, I want you guys to look at this question before I'm going to give you answers, before I'm going to drop the right answer. I'm waiting. Okay, Sarah says um, dissolution in water, evaporation, and filtration. I'm waiting for the others. Small billion says it's A. Are you guys sure? Paco says it's E. Are you guys really sure of this answer? Okuma says it's A. Okay, guys. let me give you an expo. When we define crystallization, I gave you an example. I say, example, crystallization is used to obtain salts from seawater. Crystallization is used to purify sugar from sugarcane juice, right? So here comes this question that says sugar is separated from impurities by dash. So yes, the answer is indeed D. The answer is indeed D. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us on this section, if you are just joining us on this section, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to this channel right away as we move forward. Now, guys, the next thing we will now look at now is techniques. I believe you guys can see my screen very well. Okay, let's proceed. So, centrifugation, I just believe you guys can see my screen very, very well. Now, centrifugation, like you can see on this diagram, um, you can see that this look like this look like a small bucket, okay, and you can see this tube that contains blood, right? Now, we now spin it. You know the idea of spinning? Like some of you have washing machine. After washing, you spin. So the clothes turn around and gets dry. Now, that's the same idea we use in certification, right? So this is the blood initially. This is the blood. You can see that is a bit uniform. It's uniform, it's not separated. Now, after spinning, after it has turned around, then you can see this second one. You see that it's as what separated. We have the red blood cells and we have the plasma on top, which is the yellow fluid or serum. Can you guys see it? Now, this is the idea that med lab scientists use in the laboratory to analyze blood samples. Now, what is now centrifugation? Now, centrifugation is the separation techniques that involve the use of speed to separate particles, right? Now, on this slide, I said that separation is a separation technique used to separate particles of different density in a mixture by spinning it around in high speed. So, if we apply speed to spin these particles around, they will be separated, right, based on what's their density. So the lighter one will come up, the denser one will go down. Now remember, it's the same idea we have for what's it called? The same idea we have in separation funnel. But in separation funnel, remember that um, one, it is used for immiscible liquid, and two, um, you don't spin it, you just allow it to settle. Now for this one, you use speed. The individual constituents are going to separate. The denser one will go down, and the lighter one is going to float. Do you guys understand this thing I just said? Please comment on this section. Let me know. Do you guys understand? I'm waiting. All right, so my friends, listen to this announcement. Why the others are attempting it. Um, chemistry class, this life class has been scheduled to hold 3 times a week. Saturday, today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday. So tomorrow there will be class here, and um, on Tuesday there will be class. So we are doing this so that because the exam is fast approaching, so that we can cover a lot of topics, right? So this is just one in a million topic that is going to come in your exam. So I'm ensuring we just wrap it up, so that from tomorrow we'll be doing more serious stuff. So for those of you that will ask which topic we want to do is solubility. So we're going to demystify solubility, right? So get ready for that class. And if you are new here, you just came, you just connected to this live section, do well to subscribe to this channel today to be a member of Jais Academy. Now moving forward, ah, the next one, oh, the next one we'll not talk about, guys. Yes, let me use this option as a case study. The next one we'll talk about is we've talked about we have talked about distillation. So I'm just gonna mark it right. We've talked about we just finished talking about we just finished talking about um centrifugation. Then what about decantation? We've not talked about decantation. Now, decantation is very easy. Decantation is very easy. So decantation is the separation technique whereby you unpick um you just unpick based on selection. So for example now, if I have a mixture of a mixture of raw rice and beans, how do I separate raw rice and beans? Can you hear me? Sorry, it looks like my mic is okay, it's on. If you have a mixture of rice and beans, raw rice and beans, how do you separate its sources? How do you separate a mixture of raw rice? How do you separate a mixture? Please, guys, answer. How do you separate a mixture of raw rice and beans and raw beans? How do you separate? I'm waiting. Okay, Faith Digu say by picking the beans from the rice. By picking the beans from the rice. Okay, picking the beans, picking them out into a separate bowl. Okay, by picking it. Now, you see all these suggestions you guys are giving. You guys are saying the same thing. That thing you are doing is called decantation. All right, it's called what? Decantation. So you pick based on selection. Yeah, that thing you are doing is called what? Decantation. Are we together? Are we together? Now, moving forward, yeah, picking them. Now, moving forward, we've talked about that means we've talked about decantation, distillation. What about this one? Chromatography. Now, chromatography, like I love telling people, the secret is color. Okay, the secret is color for chromatography. Now, chromatography is used to actually um, separate um, colors. Let's put it that way. So, for example, you see a question that is talking about chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is green. You see a question that is talking about how do you separate a mixture from ink, ink solution. You see questions like this. Now, the cheat code is whenever you see, let me see if I have a sample question. Whenever you see a question that is talking on color, know that that question is coming from chromatography. So let me see if I have a sample questions for you guys. Now, okay, I've seen some question. So before I now move to posting some the principle that he uses to separate this color is this. It works in the principle of two phases. One is stationary and the other one is what? Mobile. So for example now, if I have a white cloth, right, and ink poured on it. Now, if care is not taken, the ink is going to spread, right? Or if I don't handle it with care, the ink is going to spread. Now, for this scenario, for this scenario, um, for this scenario, ink is is in a mobile phase. So success is asking what is chromatography. Now I'll quickly define chromatography before I give you the questions because you ask what is chromatography. Now guys, please watch the comment section. Now chromatography is used to separate and identify different components of a mixture. And I say that, for example, I can use it to separate colors, right? So whenever you see color, whenever you see colors, know that that question is chromatography. Okay, please watch the comment section. Did we get that definition? Please, did you get that definition? Because the questions are ready. All right. Okay, so let me give you a sample question. Sorry, I was. Now we have to think. Guys, please think. We Yes, the answer is C. The answer is indeed C. Why? Because we said that anything color is associated with right. Now, the last thing, the last question I have for you is this, guys. These are sample questions, so Okay, guys, look at this question. The answer is C. C is correct. What is this answer, guys? Okay, success is asking the definition. So I'm going to give the definition on the group, on the comment section rather. But please, whenever I'm explaining, try to listen. All right, try to listen. Cause tonight I'm actually tired, but I don't want to give excuse for not making the completing this class. Yeah, the answer is indeed C. So success, I'm posting the, yeah, check the comment section. So and I gave an example between a white cloth, a white paper, and ink. Right? I said one is stationary while the other one is mobile. So if there's ink, the ink is mobile. Now the reason why I said that is this. For example, now if you write on a piece of paper and you put it in your pocket, and probably you forgot that there's a paper that has your handwriting or a biro ink, and you wash it. Now, if you remember, or anytime you remember, you pulled the paper out, you're gonna see that the ink is will be scattered all over the paper, right? And if care is not taken, you can't even be saying the words very well. So that is a good example of what I mean by um, mobile phase, because it's moving, right? It can move, it can spread. Do you understand? And this is a question. Now, here I said assignment, but it's not really an assignment because you guys have um, gotten the gist. I said read about chromatography, but it's not really an assignment, right? Because we've done it, so no point giving this as an assignment. Chromatography involves color, right? So now, so now before you guys go, tonight before you go, Hello. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? So please, I said I want to ask you guys some questions before we go. So the first question is, what is separation techniques? What is separation techniques? The first question is, what is separation technique? Please, if you can hear me, tell me what is separation techniques. What is separation techniques? I'm waiting. Are we there? What? I'm waiting. Are we there? What is separation technique? What is separation technique? Separation techniques is the method used to separate individual content of a mixture or compound, e.g., mixture of salt and water. Okay, Ifoma Mave, are you white, jambite, or you are a nursing student? Wow. Wow. Okay, former, she said, is a jambite. Okay, Ifoma, you can come to my DM on WhatsApp. Might have, I might have something for you. I guess a card. All right. Now, look at this slide. Now, look at this slide, guys. We've done we've done filtration. We've done filtration stroke sieving, right? So you remember what is filtration, you remember what is sieving? So for example, if I have a mixture of stone and water, what do? I filter. So when I filter the water, the stone will be left. Sieving is a method that is used to separate particles of different sizes. For example, now Gary. For example, Gary. You can see the slide. You can see the slide. Now, We've not talked on decantation. Decantation, I said, is unpicking, right? We've talked on evaporation. We've talked on evaporation. We've talked on centrifugation. We said something on chromatography. And we have done lastly we've done distillation. So my next question for you guys before we log out is this. My last question for you guys tonight. Now ask, what is sublimation? What is sublimation? That's the very last thing they will log out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's the very last thing they will log out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why the class is like this today is because I'm very tired, but yet I don't want to give excuses, right? So, what is sublimation? What is the sublimation? What is the Yeah, success, I can hear you. Success, do you have a problem? Let me know. I'm still asking a question. What is sublimation? I'm still asking a question. What is sublimation? All right, that is very correct. When a solid changes or disappear on exposure or change to a gaseous state. Yeah, I can hear you. I can see your comments. You can't hear me. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Uh, I'm glad that I've been able to complete this lecture. So tomorrow is gonna be another class on solubility. So let's get prepared. The slide is gonna come out tonight. All right. So if you are new to this channel, you've not subscribed, please do wait to subscribe to be a member of Giants Academy. And if you've not seen the timetable, the timetable was posted on the group earlier. I think I'll repost it again. Okay. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is going to be a great lecture. anticipate for that lecture. Um, Success is saying separation technique is used. Okay, okay, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. So we call it a night.